going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day today. I know I am. I'm very blessed to live another day on this earth. You are too. But let's get into this content. Let's talk about the In Cab PreTrip. That's what today's video is going to be about. Doing the pre-trip on the in cab of the truck. Get into this In Cab PreTrip. I like to always check my steps. Make sure probably not secure. There's no debris or anything that caused me to slip and fall. They're not crack, damage, or loose. And all my bolts are present. All right. Now we're gonna go to our little side door over here. This is where you find your fire extinguisher, 10 BC rated, and you got your spare fuses and your reflective triangles, 3 reflective triangles. Then you want to check this gauge right here. Make sure it's in the green, which is in the green, and we're fully charged. All right. And you got your 3 points of contact. One here, door up there, and your steps. All right. Let's get up in the truck. First things first, you want to check your seatbelt. Seatbelt, make sure there's no cuts, no frays, and you want to pop it in. Buckle that seatbelt. Heard the click. Now, we're good. Safety first. Then I like to check my floors. Make sure there's no debris or anything, or bottles or trash that could be on the floor that could get stuck up under my pedals, causing me to have an accident or something. After that, I like to safe start the truck so that I can build up some air pressure. And how you do that, you want to make sure the truck is in neutral. All right, as you can see, the truck is in neutral, and you want to make sure your brakes are out. Okay, right now we're just going to build up some air pressure. Okay, zeroed out our gauges. All right, they zeroed out. We just want to make sure that the primary and the secondary air gauge fill up so we can do our brake test. All right, so first I like to start with city horn and then air horn. That's what we got. So after you check that, next thing you want to do is what I like to do. I like to come over here. I like to check my defrost. So I would turn this defroster on, and your defrost is up here. Okay. After that, turn it off, or you just switch it to heat. Turn your heat on. Make sure your heat works, which is up under here. All right. Cool. After that, I like to get to my lights, and we're checking the lights on the inside of the truck. That's what we're checking for on the dash. Make sure all our icons work. All right, so they're working right now. Lights are on. Like to check left blinker, right blinker, high beams, and then we want to come check the 4-way flashers. All right, we're good there. After that, I like to check my windows, both driver and passenger window, my windshield, and my mirrors. Okay, everything's properly mounted and secured. Nothing's cracked, damaged, or loose or leaking. For the mirrors, they're in their proper position for me to see down both sides of the trailer from this driver's seat. That's what we got going on, and that's what you check for. Also, you don't want any illegal stickers on your mirror and your windshield. You don't want that obstructing your view. And the only sticker you should have on your mirror is the abbreviation GOAT, which means get out and look. Goal, I'm sorry, goal. Get out and look. That's the only sticker you want on your mirror. All right, after I check that, check my wiper arms and blades. Make sure they're properly mounted secure, not cracked, damaged, or loose. And then you want to make sure you got washer fluid. All right, everything's working properly. Okay, we got our air built up there, as you see. Let's get into the gauge. All right, so the gauge is gauge. When I apply the brakes, that's what that gauge is. All right, got the RPM gauge. All All right, it's working properly. Got our temperature gauge. That should be anywhere between 130 to 210. All right, it's currently getting up there. All right, fuel gauge working properly. And then we got the oil pressure gauge between 40 and 60 psi on the oil pressure gauge. And our speedometer, we'll get to that when we do our rolling test, 5 miles an hour, and make sure the service brake works. Okay, so after I do that, then I want to come over here and test the brakes on the tractor and the trailer. You can do either one first. So what you do is, I'm gonna do the tractor first. Pushing the trailer brake, put the truck in drive, and the truck and trailer should not move anywhere. Let that air stabilize a little bit. All right, the truck tugged. See that again. Truck tugged, truck didn't go anywhere. Pull out my trailer brake, push in the tractor brake, let the air stabilize a little bit, give it a few seconds, and do the same thing. It should tug. Truck tugged. We didn't go anywhere, so our brakes are working fine. Now you want to do your rolling test. Rolling test, you're just going to roll just a little bit, and then make sure that the service brake works. Okay, let the air get to where it needs to get to. All right, just did that. I'm in the parking space at the truck stop, so that's why you didn't really see the speedometer move that much, because I'm behind this truck, as you can see. But that's done. Now we want to do our cell abbreviation brake test. Now this test, you can actually fail. This will fail you if you don't do it right. Okay? So I roll down my window because I want to listen for an air leak. Truck is in neutral, brakes are off, and I'm on a slight hill, so I have my brakes on. I'm holding the service brake. All right. So now, what you do, turn the truck back on, because you need to watch the gauges. Zeroing out the gauges. So now, what you do is, some people, they don't, like the instructors or whatever at the DMV, they don't care about the S in cell, which is static, which is you release all brakes, and your wheels should be chopped so that the truck doesn't roll when you do this. And you just watch your primary, secondary gauge. And what you do is, when you do this test, you have all brakes released, you should lose no more than 3 psi in 60 seconds. And for my circumstances right now, I'm on this little slight hill, and I don't actually have a chunk, which I should get one, but I'm holding the service brake. Now we get to the applied brake, which is the A in cell. So we're applying the brake. You should lose no more than 4 psi, no more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. After that, then you do the L, which is your low air pressure light that should come on at 60 psi on your, primary and secondary gauge. So I'm gonna feather the brake. There it is. Light came on. All right. Now you're gonna fan your brakes until the trailer and tractor brake come on, which is the E in cell, emergency. That comes on between 20 and 40 psi. There they go, they popped. And then you just double check them, because sometimes they get stuck. Now that our brakes are on, all you do, start the truck up, build your air pressure back up. ABS is working properly, comes on for a few seconds when you start the truck, and it goes back out. Sorry about the beep. And that's how you do the In Cab PreTrip. That's how I do mine. You can do yours any way you want to. There's no necessary way to do it, but you just want to make sure you understand that brake test, because that's the only thing that will give you an automatic fail if you don't do it in order. Now, doing some research in the state of North Carolina, they're supposed to give you at least 3 chances to get it right, depending on who you get. You know, hopefully you don't get somebody that has a bad day, because, you know, as you know, people that work for the state or the government, they tend to have attitudes all the time. I don't understand. And they seem to have the best benefits, but I guess because they deal with people, all types of people, and so they just figure they treat everybody the same, which is not cool. But that's the In Cab PreTrip, and I hope that this video was helpful to somebody, that you took something away from it that you can use and that you understand. You want to drop a comment, you like the video, like, subscribe, and share this video. You people have a good day. Later.